So, first of all, thank you for the invite, and thanks, Valentin, for joining us here. It's a special day for N26, and I'm glad that you find the time to be with us. So, what's special about this day today?
So I think today, as maybe some people know, we've been announcing that we will go into the US, I think about a week back, and we've also figured out that the UK is a big market opportunity, and it's a market we haven't been in yet. So today we are happily announcing that N26 is also coming to the UK mid of next year, and I think this is something that's exciting for us because obviously we have seen tremendous success in the markets that we're in Europe. So we've been offering, I think, the most modern bank account in Central Europe so far. We've grown to more than 500,000 customers in a very short time frame. And we've just seen that a lot of people in the UK are still unhappy with the traditional banks. And so we said, okay, scale that further, and let's bring our banking license we have earned over the last years, which is eligible, or it's for us the basis to go to other countries as well. It's also valid in the UK. And so what we're doing as the next logical step is we're going to enter the UK market mid next year.
Cool. So I hope next year we're going to see more than 8 or 10 customers in the room.
Definitely, yeah.
As it is known, we at Earlybird like to back disruptive business models and technologies. So my question to you, I obviously have my perspective on that, is what's different about N26? I mean, there are a couple of other startups trying to achieve same things, what you have achieved. Why have you been so much more successful than most of your peers? What makes the difference?
I think, and Earlybird invested into us very early. I think very important. I think when we raised our seed round, Earlybird was one of the funds said, we want to take the risk and we believe in the idea. Yeah. And we have always based our product very much on the consumer needs. And we've invested a lot of time into figuring out what's the right way to create a bank account. And in the beginning, I think it's very tough to enter that market because in the beginning, you're actually having a product you cannot really earn a lot of money on because the current account is a product that is subsidized by most of the banks to sell the other products around. So it's hard to enter that market, and it was very hard for us in the beginning when we raised, the first 500,000 euros or the first 2 million. It was very hard to make people believe in you actually building a product that is very unit economic negative in the end to just create a lot of users and at one point monetizing. And I think that was kind of our focus really in the beginning was product, and customers. And just over the last, I'd say, 18 months, we've really transformed from being very, very negative for every customer into a company that's earning with every customer. And so I think the core of the success is really the strong focus on usability, on the customer, on what really does the customer want. And if you look at most of the experiences people have, and I think that's interesting on banking, most of you use your banking products every day. You use your cards every day. But I've never met anyone who said, you love the bank that you're banking with. So the vision for our company has always been we want to build the bank that people love to use. And I think this sounds simple, but it's actually very difficult if you look at the value chain, the complexity behind all the regulatory topics. And that's what we've been working very hard on, getting our own banking license, then transforming kind of the unit economic of customers, and then really growing to more than 500,000 customers now, and then we'll add a couple of millions over the next years.
So apparently you've been doing something right, otherwise your success wouldn't have been happening. So do you think that differentiation you're just describing, is that sustainable? Is it going to last? Or are you afraid of 10 copycats coming up trying to achieve same things what you have achieved?
So I think in general what we're doing is not something that is secret. I think all the people in fintech with traditional banks are talking about how do you create an easy user experience? How do you get rid of all the barriers? How do you, for example, get a credit without signing any papers? So I think the idea that we're working on, everybody knows about. I think there are a couple of things that are very important. First is the execution. And for the execution, you need a couple of things that work. So you need your own banking license. We got our own banking license. You need kind of a team that is innovating. You need the tech infrastructure. So we build our core systems ourselves. So we have today, I think, the most modern technology base of any bank in Europe. And I think going forward, it's even more. You learn more with the customer every day. When our customers log into our app, I would say, once, maybe every day or every second day. So the interaction, all the data points that you have with customers is something that you're building up. The data you have about customers is something you're building up to be helpful to customers. And I think this is not something that's to rebuild from anyone else. I think especially focusing on more traditional banks, I think for them it's even harder because maybe some of you have been in banks or are still working with banks. I think the biggest problem is that most of the systems don't work in real time. So today, if you do a card transaction with N26, it's directly booked on your account, you get a push message the same second, and we can do all the data analytics around in the same second, more or less. And I think this is a big thing that is not transformable for most of the old players, and for new players, obviously, that's a big advantage going forward.
So I understand you managed the key transition from loss-making to a unit economic positive company, which I think was, for us, it's quite impressive, and that already on a base of 500,000 customers. So if we now turn around and say that has been a severe challenge for the past years, what's next? You were talking about regional expansion, UK and the US, or the US and UK, however you want to put it. So where do you see N26 in a year from now, or maybe in 3 years from now?
Yeah. So I think we have been very focused, especially over the last 6 to 12 months, to not just innovating around the current account, so how you do payments, how you use your card, how you do a standing orders. But what we have been building is really, we've been integrating products from saving products to investment products to credit products, but also to international transfer products. So what we very much believe in is the bank of the future will be balance sheet light. So what we do is we integrate the specific players around. So we've integrated, for example, a credit marketplace in Germany, which is called AUX-Money. So we can forward credits to them, but the same user experience for a customer. They don't have to sign up to their product. The same for TransferWise. If you want to do an international transfer in the background of N26, people use TransferWise, but they don't have to sign up to it. We do it over the API. So how we see banking going forward and what we're changing in the experience more and more is N26 is going to be your one place for your financials. And then with 1 or 2 clicks, you can use all the products around. And a couple of these products we've launched in like 6 months, but we focus very much on expanding our offering. So we've always been aiming for being a full replacement for any traditional bank. And if you look at us today, it's interesting because we have that niche strategy to integrate the best partners around us. You have actually the best product in every dimension of a traditional bank. So because we integrated over Raisin with 15 different banks in Europe, we can always pay the highest interest rate on a saving product. Because we've integrated a credit platform in the background, we underwrite credits that other banks cannot underwrite. But we also underwrite them sometimes ourselves for very attractive rates. Because we integrated with TransferWise, we can actually offer an international transfer at the sixth of the cost of a traditional bank. So if you bring that innovation, this unbundling of the fintech value chain together, the banking value chain together again, you can be better in every dimension with less effort and less overhead, and that's what we have been doing.
Pretty cool. I'm very much looking forward what the years will bring. We obviously firmly believe in your success and congratulate you to what you have achieved so far. And I see we're running out of time, so it only leaves me with thank you for coming and good luck for the next steps.
Hendrik, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the support, and also very excited to be in the UK with our product. Very excited to get more customers here in the UK.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.